Hi, it's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. This is Raduga Lost Weekend Rye India Black Ale. Now, with the clothing I have in my house, I've tried to resemble the guy here on the label, that classy guy. What do you think? Do you think I pulled it off? Let's get rid of the silly hat. Big shout out to Thomas Kuipera. He reviewed this beer about a month or so ago, and I actually watched most of the review because he kind of went all out with this. He made a bit of a movie out of it where he walked on this lane and he was all kind of suited up with this lovely hat on, and he looked the part. He looked the part, and it was a very good video. I liked it. Even though I couldn't understand it, it was in Polish. I just sat through it, you know. It was enjoyable. It was an enjoyable video. So I was lucky enough to be sent this by Alexandra out in Poland. Thank you very much. So that was my little kind of, my way of trying to be funny. Whether I was trying to be funny or whether I was funny, I don't know. You let me know. But yeah, Raduga Lost Weekend Rye India Black Ale. This beer is coming in at 6.5% ABV. It's a black bottle cap. Let's get the beer out into a glass and see what we get. Nice bit of smoke on the opening. Beer in the glass then. In my Browar glass. Browar Kuipera. Browar Raduga. And look at the way that lovely head has been created. It's a 2-finger tan coloured head. It looks like a stout, but it's not a stout, it's a black rye ale. Nice levels of carbonation. Jet black beer in the glass. Let's get the aroma. Yeah. Initially, I had the aroma of a lovely stout. And then the second half of the inhalation of the aroma of the beer was just pure hops. Smells really good. There's a mixture of grapefruit, there's a mixture of kind of pale stone fruits in here. Smells lovely. Let's dive in. Cheers. Oh yeah. Oh, this beer just keeps pulling and pulling and pulling. What a lovely, lovely hoppy black rye IPA this is. Black rye IPA? Rye India Black Ale. So kind of like a black IPA with rye. But they call it a Rye India Black Ale. Just mix the words up a little bit. Let's see if it's bottle conditioned. Look at that. Look at the way them lovely small bubbles rise up in the glass. Lovely stuff. The beer's got a beautiful, creamy, rich mouthfeel. It kind of just sits on your mouth. It kind of sludges around in there and slides down the back of your throat. And that helps because it pushes the beer onto the beer sits on the palate for longer. So it's releasing more of them flavours. And boy, what flavours they add. It's a slightly sweet malty beer to begin with. There's some roasted characters to the beer. Then it moves on. Pardon me. Here's where the spicy rye comes in. And here's where that lovely hoppy, grapefruity, pineapple, pale stone fruits, touch of banana in there as well, believe it or not. It's a really good beer. It's a balanced beer that's slightly tipping over to being more hoppy. I do like the malty elements of the beer. I do like the mouthfeel. But when that kind of passes, that would be enough normally in most beers. You're thinking, oh, this is a nice malty kind of stout-like, little bit roasted, chocolatey beer. And then when you think it's over, whack come the hops, and they come in abundance. But it's not overly done. It's not a huge, whacking, great, bitter beer. It's got balance to it, and I think that's important in a beer. Look at the lacing on the glass. This is a wonderful beer. Absolutely wonderful. Look at that. The beer's kept its head all the way down. We rock that beer back and forth. The smaller the bubble, the better the beer. Look at them lovely small bubbles. I'm going to go ahead and give this a rating now. Raduga Lost Weekend Rye India Black Ale, 6.5% ABV. It's by Browar Raduga. And yeah, at this stage I'd like to say a massive thank you to Alexandra. It's been a couple of busy weeks in terms of receiving parcels, great gifts from Poland. First of all, I had the beer from Brewer Kingpin, the Geezer Irish Espresso Stout, which wonderful beer. We then had a beer. No, I then went out and bought some Polish food, and we did some Polish cooking, and we did some chocolate eating, and yeah, that was good fun. We then had a parcel from Dr. Brew when we reviewed the Molly IPA, and that was great. Wonderful beer. And then more or less a day or so later, this great parcel from Alexandra turns up. We got some great beers coming. We got I believe it's I don't want to kind of spoil it. I want to remember myself what this. It's a Baltic Porter, that's the one. Apologies. A Baltic Porter called Combs. We've got some beers from Ale Brewer coming. We have a Red A IPA coming. And there's a few more down there, which I will get to. But for now, I've kind of moved off track a little bit here. That is a fantastic style black rye or rye India black ale, 6.5%. I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. I think it's a 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Put your comments in the comments box. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you like it, and cheers.